Brought to you by Raising. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you
by Mazda CX-50 Hybrid now at Tustin Mazda. Think hybrid, think Mazda.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Raising Cane's. On a majestic night for the Orange County area, the home side is trying to snap a losing skid, while the other team for the Lone Star State is trying to build on a midweek win. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by PNC Bank showcases Orange County SC against El Paso Locomotive. Greetings to all. With Patty Foss, I'm David Gascon. Western Conference standings top to bottom. Patty, there's a lot of things still to discuss, but Orange County right now on the outside of the playoff line.
Well, that's right. There's a ton to play for both teams tonight as in terms of how tight it is around that playoff line. Certainly Orange County SC, they've been fantastic at home, looking for 3 points. On the flip side, El Paso, they are pushing for that home field advantage in the top four.
For Orange County SC, they have not been good on the road. But at home, they're a completely different animal. Why is that?
Well, I think this is a really tough place to play. The Champ has a tremendous atmosphere. The fans certainly bring the energy, and the style of play at home for Danny Stone's side has been so quality throughout this campaign.
Well, for Orange County SC, they're a club right now that has 6 victories on the year at home, just 2 defeats, and also 3 draws. On the flip side of things, when it comes to offensive output, our player to watch tonight, presented by Liuna, is that man, Ethan Zubak.
Well, Ethan Zubak is such a traditional number 9. He can beat you in a ton of ways. He can get in behind. He's capable of beating you from distance. He's good aerially. He's got a ton of experience, having played for Nashville SC and MLS. Now in his second year at Orange County. Look for him to be the difference maker for this Orange County side.
For El Paso Locomotive, it's been hard for them just to get out of the station. They were a team amongst the best in the Western Conference, but they've tapered off towards the tail end of the year. That's not a good sign. What can they do to recover?
Well, at times, El Paso has looked at 6s and 7s defensively. They also, though, have gotten off to slow starts. That wasn't the case, though, midweek against Oakland. They got off. This is a first-minute goal from that man, Armando Moreno. They flew from there, and if they're going to be successful tonight, they're going to look to Moreno. He's creative. He's tricky on the ball. He's capable of getting in behind, and he has a nose for goal. 6 or 9 times this year has he put the ball in the back of the net. Look for him to play a big role for Wilma Cabrera's side.
Tied for the team lead with Andy Cabrera, 9 goals this season, and El Paso will need his offensive punch this evening. Coming up on this side, we'll get you the starting 11 and first touch. It's El Paso, Orange County, coming at you next.
At the Pickup Family Neurosciences Institute, we function as a unit. Neurosurgery and neurology, physical medicine and rehab, physical therapy. It's patient-focused, patient-centered care. The future of the neurosciences at Hoag is filled with promise. We are at the cusp of incredible advancements and innovations that are truly going to transform medical care and its delivery. Patients don't just get a doctor when they come to Hoag, they get Team Hoag.
I'm Jay, and as founder of Omega, I understand that as a business owner, you've got a lot in your mind. Let the tax credit ninjas at Omega get you the money. It's rightfully yours. It's not too late to score big on tax credits, but you gotta act fast.
Kids grow up fast. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. With Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
RAV4 hybrid shoppers, listen up. You're paying more and getting less. The all-new Mazda CX-50 hybrid packs the same Toyota trusted hybrid powertrain, but delivers premium performance and more luxury. Why pay RAV4 prices when you get more with the CX-50 hybrid? And while Toyota dealers struggle with inventory, we have CX-50 hybrids in stock now at Tustin Mazda. Better tech, better value. Skip the wait. Buy a Mazda CX-50 hybrid now at Tustin Mazda. Think hybrid, think Mazda.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Raising Cane's. And we're live here at Championship Soccer Stadium. Starters for Orange County SC tonight, led by head coach Danny Stone, as a 4-3-3 Contest here tonight. The start is brought to you by Zolfagari Law Firm. Nico Benalcazar is in the back line. That's someone that you're looking for tonight too, Patty.
Well, Benalcazar is a player that we've seen play in midfield at times for Danny Stone. We would expect he'll drop into that back four and try to deal with a very talented front three for El Paso.
On the flip side of things, for El Paso Locomotive, led by head coach Wilmer Cabrera, the deployment tonight is a 4-4-2. Rodriguez at the top of the pitch. You've earmarked him.
Well, it's a first start for the Youth Academy product, Emiliano Rodriguez. He's a 21-year-old, very tricky. I'd expect him to have some interplay with Armando Moreno, drop in as a false nine at times, and have a little bit of switching off with the very tricky Moreno.
With a player of his caliber, but also the youth on his side, he's only 21 years of age. How do you expect Orange County to attack him tonight?
Well, I think it'd be interesting to watch and see just where Wilmer Cabrera deploys him, because I think he'll allow him a lot of flexibility in the attack. He's a creative player, and he'll want to go at Orange County. On the flip side, though, can Orange County, through their midfield, pivot through players like Stephen Kelly, Malik Pinto, deep-lying midfield, and really dictate the pace of play with a young midfielder on the flip side?
Danny Stone talked to us early in the week about his team's performance. There's been some highs, there have been some lows, but the most important thing is his team stays within themselves. Yeah, you get the losses that have piled up at some points during the season, but the team has not wavered away. They're still sticking to the plan. And then all in all, you look at where they're at in the Western Conference standings, they still have a puncher's chance. They're more than capable of getting themselves above the playoff line.
Well, that's right, and they've had a lot of adversity to battle through between injuries, international call-ups to some of their younger players with youth international duty, and yet they have stuck together, and they're right there on the cusp of a playoff berth. They certainly need a result here at home to boost those chances, but for having a very young squad, Danny Stone has done a tremendous job in keeping them together and giving them a fighting chance.
Orange County and the light kids tonight, the orange and the white. El Paso Locomotive in the dark, the blue and the gold, as this contest is underway. El Paso 9-8-9 this season, 36 points. Orange County on the outside of the playoff line looking in, 8-11-6, 30 points. But they've been tremendous here on home soil. They'll have to protect that here tonight. El Paso quickly on the move, and they have plenty of runners to go across the grain. Shuttler has been challenged all season long, and that shot deflected on the way through. It'll be a corner kick for El Paso.
Well, just as we saw midweek, a flying start for this El Paso team. You looked and there was two runners there. If the slip had gone to the right side, and Emiliano Rodriguez might have been a chance on frame.
This corner kick presented by Cityside Fiber. And Coronado was available and ball just couldn't get his way. Memo Diaz over there in the corner with Ricky Ruiz. El Paso, which has been okay at home, has been subpar on the road, 3, 4, and 5. They will run up and down the track with everybody. The problem is they'll concede a whole lot as well. This one also blocked on the way through, so we do it all over again. Ruiz's attempt after Diaz tried to insert it. Diaz making his 15th start of the year. Diaz will work it short. Ruiz, the header, sprinkled up, and it goes wide. Like it went off a piece of an Orange County defender, so we do it all over again. Third time's the charm. We'll see for El Paso. They scored 42 goals on the year. That's not the problem. It's the conceding. 38 times they've given up a goal. Ruiz. Diaz, Ruiz, a little two-man game here. Floater into the box. That one volleyed away. Alfaro was the one that tried to put it towards target. It comes all the way back and out to midfield. And Sebastian Mora will have to make his first touch of the night. Paso comes into this match having taken apart Oakland in a midweek encounter. 3-1 was the final score back on October the 1st. They'll have a few days off, but then they go to Lexington, and they'll battle Lexington SC. So for Wilmer Cabrera's group, a lot of short work in a short amount of time as well. It's going to be impactful at this time of the year for clubs that are trying to fight themselves into a playoff spot or solidify what they're doing in the West or the East.
Well, I think it's important to note just stylistically, El Paso's a team that, as you know, likes to get up and down. They're going to expend a tremendous amount of energy. And so to have to do that and be traveling cross country and some pretty tough opponents, it'll be interesting to watch here late in the year how Wilmer Cabrera's side really holds up physically.
The other element, too, with Orange County, can they continue to pile up points at home? It'll be critical for them if they have any kind of success at the table end of the year. As this play, a little bit of contact. Nothing being called just yet. Orange County, a club right now that's conceded more than they have scored. Goal differential for them is subpar at -7. Dogman trying to bring things down as he got tripped up. They conceded 41 goals in the year. Orange County, a club that has had plenty of players move in and out of their roster. Not a healthy team, players that have been called up, as you mentioned, Patty, for international duty. And that's great for the brand for Orange County SC, frankly.
Well, it is, and it's a double-edged sword, though. I mean, they're producing these young internationals who have done so well here throughout the season, and yet a critical time of the year, and they're going to start to lose some of those to international duty. And so, certainly a good job of development.
Ball played through in a dangerous spot. El Paso recovers quickly. No shot on Mora. Dogman and company trying to keep the heat on for a minute. Ball was toe tapped away. Nicely done on the poke. Coronado, who was open on the opening sequence. Ball to the middle of the pitch. And back comes El Paso. Looking to penetrate, trying to get the game's first goal. Rodriguez, who had the initial touch, was open on the right-hand side. Dogman was behind him, slow playing it. This drive from well out, blocked in the way through. Orange County trying to push a counter. They don't have numbers yet. Maneuver around. Hart, right-hand side. This one played through nicely on the run against the run of play. That shot, a high riser, streaks over the cage.
And here you just get a look at what Ethan Zubak is capable in an instant. It's a ball slip through. It's not a great angle, and he goes for that near post. It's rising the whole way and ultimately doesn't test Sebastian Mora. But those are the sequences that we're talking about. If you can hit El Paso in transition, you will find chances in behind.
Tonight's keys to the game presented by Patterson Auto. See Danny Stone right there. What are the keys?
Well, I think if you're Orange County, you want to dictate this game start to finish. You don't want to allow El Paso to get at you and play fast. On the flip side, we've seen when El Paso is at their best, they get off to these quick starts. You're starting to see that a little bit here tonight in going at Orange County. And then you got to be smart on the defensive end. Too often has Wilmer Carrera's team been caught in transition and allowed goals to leak through that back line. Has to be a full 90 from El Paso if they're going to steal 3 points on the road.
They'll have to do that and do it with their top scorers contributing, because they're one of those unique squads in USL Championship that are extremely top heavy. Ball played in a no man's land. Orange County, though, they're looking for complementary pieces across the board. They will take it any way that they can get it. It's a different kind of animal with them, but they are one of those clubs that play to the fans here in Orange County. Irvine does pack it in. Championship Soccer Stadium is an excellent venue for anyone to attend. It's fan-friendly, and what more can be said talking about playing soccer in 70-degree weather in Southern California? There's not a place in the world I'd rather be.
It's real surprising from a Southern California guy like you to say.
Maybe a little bias. Rodriguez could take it down. Tonight's injury report presented by Zalfagari Law Firm. He was out for quite a while. El Paso, nobody on their end though, which is a luxury right now for Wilmer Cabrera, especially trying to get himself solidified amongst the top 8 in the Western Conference. Easier said than done, but when you're playing 20, 25 games, plus Jägermeister competition, US Open Cup as well, the odometer gets a little long, and the tread on the tire starts wearing thin. Shuttler has been the guy this year for Orange County, but his numbers have tapered off compared to years past. Can't put all of it on him. The defense, the personnel, a lack of punch offensively. So he'll certainly have an influence. Orange County has had a couple of attempts so far. Zubac, the best one. Went over the crossbar by a couple inches against More and More. El Paso quickly on the first touch of the match lost Coronado on the right wing. Their shot attempt was blocked. Foul here on the far side. There's Danny Stone. Was the interim last year, but this year is his first full season. He's confident, but he knows he has a lot of work in front of him.
Well, that's right. It's certainly been an up and down campaign for Danny Stone, but one of the brighter minds in the game, and you can see his stamp on this team and the way they play and how good they are in knocking the ball around through midfield. And if there's one compliment to pay his staff, you can see how quality the young players are and how they do the job that they do in developing players, potentially second to none.
How hard is it for a head coach in his first year to stay grounded? Because there's a lot of things I got to imagine going on through his head. How do you manage? How do you perform? How do you coach? All those different things. And as a professional, it's completely different than the high school or the collegiate level.
Well, that's right. And, you know, this team in particular has been hit with some really tricky situations in the injuries and, as we've talked about, the international duty. And so just to be in the thick of it and in the thick of that playoff race here late in the year is a credit to Danny Stone here in his first year and the job they've done to stay cohesive and get the results to be competitive.
They do have some positive results away from Irvine, California. That includes going to Texas and hammering El Paso 3-0 earlier in this campaign. But the job's not done. You want to get 6 points from the opposition. And if you can do that, you do at least one thing. You own the tiebreaker against El Paso. It's a big swing, especially the Western Conference has been nothing but a traffic jam throughout the entire year. You can look at clubs like San Antonio and FC Tulsa as the better clubs in the Western Conference, but Patty, for my money's worth, I don't feel like there's any real separation between the top and the bottom amongst the playoff teams right now, and that will make a compelling argument once you get into the first round. It's anyone's guess.
Well, and I think it makes home field advantage all the more important because there's such parity, especially in the Western Conference. And the Western Conference doesn't have a Lou City. It doesn't have a Charleston. Teams that have really put themselves far and away above the pack. It's made for some really entertaining soccer throughout the year. But to your point, it's anyone's game when it comes playoff time and should be a really, really fantastic playoff session.
Alfaro sprinkled that away. Paso, they have playmakers they're going to be on the sideline, but they have not had impact years for Wilmer Cabrera. They have the resume, but they don't have the performance here yet. Does it come at this point in the season? Potentially. Does it hit in the playoffs? Unlikely. That's when teams usually clamp down. It's not how many goals you score if you're a striker, it's when you score them. And for Orange County, they just want to be a part of the dance. This has historically been a successful organization from top to bottom. Ownership, front office, coaching staff, and personnel. And yes, while this year is a little bit lean, you still have a puncher's chance. Wilmer Cabrera right there. You have a little bit of history with that man.
I do indeed.
What was it like playing for him?
It's funny because this El Paso team is one that runs and guns, and certainly they're really entertaining on the offensive side. I played for Wilmer Cabrera as a youth international with the United States side, and he was really a disciplinarian and a very organized coach. So it's fun to watch sort of the evolution of this team and playing under Wilmer and Gerson Echeverry, his number 2, and but a really bright soccer mind and someone who's been around the game for decades.
On a personal note, were you ever in hot water with him?
I wasn't.
All right.
No. Wilmer and I had a great relationship.
Off the turnover here, quick sputtering of it. That shot was blocked. Orange County's had a couple cracks at this thing. El Paso, their defense, while leaky historically this year, back to defend nicely. Cabrera, who's had moments where he was electric to open up the year. Andy Cabrera and Armando Moreno side by side to open up the year came out like gangbusters. They were hitting everybody left and right, and then things just cooled off. You got into the summertime, June and July, all of a sudden you had a book, you had tape on each of those players. Now that they've come back down to earth, they each have 9 goals in the season, but now teams know how to defend the 1-2 punch. Let's drive outside.
And you get a little look there at what Andy Cabrera is really good at in dropping into almost a false 9 position and combining in and around the box. That's where he's at his best, and that's where he will create chances.
Ruiz here. Corner kick brought to you by Cityside Fiber. They've gone short on these corners. Memo Diaz will deliver this now. Left ear ball. Not a lot of power on it. Not a lot of creativity behind it either, Patty.
No, and he left it a little bit short. You got to beat that front man and get it over just that first defender to give your attacking players a chance.
Orange County right now trying to get themselves above the playoff line. El Paso, where they're at, not ideal, but better than where Orange County is. For the time being, El Paso has 37 points and Orange County with 31. But that's in real time. A lot of things at stake here tonight. Plenty of activity across the board, though, in USL Championship. This one played away. Orange County with a chance to control possession. Hagart pins this thing back to him. On the run. Orange County with no numbers, though. Good transition from El Paso. It's been something that they've been suffering a lot of this year. They've been so front-footed heavy that they've overcommitted in long stretches, leaving their defense, and Jamali Wade in particular, just hung out to dry on bad occasions.
Well, and for as positive as this start has been for El Paso, they've really been pushing Orange County back.
Pretty good ball here on the left-hand side. A handful of players inside the 18. This one across, the header just pushed wide. Zubak was there in a prime scoring location, and he just missed.
I was just going to say, as good as the start's been from El Paso, they fall asleep here. It's a really good move down the left-hand side here for Chris Hagard. Just cuts it to his left foot and clips a perfect ball in. And if you're Orange County, that's who you want in front of goal. Ethan Zubak tries to flick that one to the back post and unfortunately can't put it on frame. That's one he will want back, but a good move for Orange County and a really quality chance.
See the goal total this year, making his 20th start of the season for Orange County. They know a thing or two about potent scores. Milan Olaski was a regular Golden Boot contender for Orange County. This year they obviously don't have his services. Now just looking for more complementary pieces to support Zubak. Hagart. Slow rolling. He's left unmarked too in the middle of the pitch. We saw him for Orange County. This ball flipped over on the left-hand side. Oh, that looked like a handball. Nobody else saw it though on the pitch. Memo Diaz. As Kelly looking on, he gave a quick look, took a peek.
Oh, and it's well done there from Stephen Kelly to put that one across. It certainly hits the arm of Memo Diaz, though those arms tucked inside, and for me, I'm okay with the no penalty call.
Corner kick here for Orange County, brought to you by Cityside Fiber. Kelly will take this. Steven with a pretty good ball towards the back post. Something El Paso did not do in their first 3 to 4 chances on corners. Now they're trying to push the counter back the other way. Pace was to be expected for Orange County, trying to slow things down against El Paso. El Paso trying to rev it up. Playmakers have not been involved yet. This one took a funky hop, the Karam. A chance here for Orange County to settle things down and push back the other way. 19th minute here from Irvine. Orange County and El Paso in round number 2 of their regular season bouts. Orange County winning on the road in Texas, 3-0. El Paso trying to repay the favor. El Paso wins here tonight, puts a lot of hurt on Orange County, just because of where the playoff positioning is for this club here tonight. On the outside looking in, and after today, they have dates with New Mexico on the road, then San Antonio, Lou City, and Indy 11. Those games, albeit, are at home, but that is a brutal way to end the regular season.
Well, it is indeed, and you start looking down the matches, and it's hard to see where big points are going to come from, making tonight all the more important if they're just going to sneak in to that playoff picture.
Controlled and known here in League Pinto. Pinto's only played in a handful of games so far this season for Orange County. It's on loan from Colorado Rapids too. Long ball here. Back on the run. He gave it up. Cabrera, good hesitation. Was waiting for some reinforcements, and they still couldn't press. DeRoma flips this over on the right-hand side. Rodriguez, Memo Diaz. Diaz found the seam. Nice move. That drive blocked. Fine defending by Orange County. No panic in their game. El Paso trying to press and force a turnover. No such luck. And a little bit of question who's going to receive this. We'll be back to Orange County. USL and ESPN2 watch Sunday tomorrow, October the 5th, for a clash of championship teams fighting for their playoff lives. Eastern Conference, Rhode Island FC battles to stay above the playoff line against Western Conference foe Las Vegas Lights. Look to climb above the playoff line October the 5th, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Danny Stone upset on the far side. Paul Shetler almost losing that ball against Armando Moreno. First minute. Numbers right now fairly even across the board. Shots are 3-3. The other team with a shot on goal just as that ball crosses the end line. Orange County fans, Orange County is at home all October, so make sure you don't miss out on our next home game coming up really soon, Wednesday, October the 15th, for our California Classic and Pups at the Pitch Night. The County boys will be kicking off against San Antonio FC. Grab your tickets today. OrangeCountySoccer.com/tickets. The luxury of Orange County being right in the hotbed of Irvine, so you get a lot of the clubs collegiately, which you obviously cover a great deal of, Patty, but UC Irvine, Cal State Fullerton, UC Riverside. And of course, you go up the road. I say that very loosely, but you got USC that are around the corner, UCLA, and then down south in San Diego with UCSD and San Diego State. So it allows a lot of players that have been recruited to these Pac-12 and these Big West Conference teams, even the Mountain West, to stay locally if they pursue a professional career. And they get to do so in great weather with not those overbearing circumstances of where you're playing in humidity or some of the harsher weather in the middle of the country. The ball here lobbed up. Mora pins it away. So back looking back and taps Mora on it. Elton Garcia, our lead official. having a brief conversation. El Paso being calmed down by Orange County defensively. And Orange County asking some questions on the attack against El Paso.
And you can see where El Paso is dangerous in this game, and that's when they go fast and they can advance the ball beyond that midfield line. There's not a ton of possession happening between the lines in midfield for El Paso, but when they are able to advance it, they go very direct into that front three and let the horses run at that Orange County back line. It was a fast start for Wilmer Cabrera's team, and really you've now seen Orange County settle into this game and start to dictate the rhythm in the last 15 minutes or so.
Rodriguez, who gave it up to Deroma. And to your point with El Paso, they're quick, they're decisive. They waste no time to get up and down the track. Deroma looking around. Moreno was marked, so was Cabrera.
You can just see how committed Orange County is defensively now. All 11 players in their defensive third, making it really tough for El Paso to break them down through possession. It's just a space game. There's too many bodies and not a lot of pockets of space to get in behind Orange County.
Can you survive like this if you're Orange County?
I mean, you could potentially, but it's going to be really hard now when you get the ball to build out because the bodies are so deep. And so you got to think that certainly they're committed to getting behind the ball. But now you have to be patient, getting bodies forward, see if you can play through the lines a bit, see if you can get the ball to players like Stephen Kelly, Malik Pinto, and start to wear on El Paso, force them to chase the game, and then pick your times to go forward.
El Paso hasn't had any kind of overbearing attempt towards Colin Shuttler yet. Sebastian Moramore has had a couple of things go near him from Ethan Zubak, but nothing on target. Pulled one just a little bit high, just inside the 18 with his right foot, and then a header was pushed far to the right, missed the right bar by a good couple inches. He is the leader of the pack for Orange County. Coronado looking up, maybe a bit surprised to see no one was lurking. El Paso nearly gave that ball away. Rodriguez, the Mexican, pushes this thing into the attacking third. Nicely done. Moreno. Rodriguez with good spirit in the trailer. On the touch. And they lasso to the deck. Deroma here. Coronado has the lane, goes for a goal, misses that by a good 10 feet. It looks like it went off a member of Orange County. This will be a corner kick.
And with Orange County and how deep they are playing, you're going to have to take a few chances from distance. This time just gets slipped across to Robert Coronado. He pushes it to that left foot, and why not have a go? Just gets the slightest of deflections, and yet again, another corner coming for Locomotive.
Corner kick presented by Cityside Fiber. Diaz again quickly on this. Deroma. Ruiz looking for an insert towards the back post. Nobody in sight for El Paso. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Detroit City FC takes on Loudoun United FC next week, October the 11th, a Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern on 2DN. Go to USLChampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. End of this first half, Patty and myself will have first half highlights. We'll have stats, some news and notes. We'll look at the drama around USL Championship. It's the best time of the year. Crossing over from September to October. That's where teams solidify their spot in the playoffs, and others think about what will be next year. Out wide, this pursuit towards the back post. Pretty good contact here. It's going to go against Orange County. But again, Zubak and company trying to play downhill against Sebastian Moramora. No such luck yet.
When Orange County's having success, it's been getting in these wide areas. This time it's Ryan Dogman with the run from that left back spot. It's a good ball across, ultimately finding the feet of Tristan Traeger. Can't quite get his body around to find a chance. But this is where Orange County has looked the most dangerous, when they're able to play through midfield and spray it into wide areas, get balls across the box, and really test that El Paso back line.
Coming into this match, you would guess that El Paso, for all the offensive output that they've had, would be the more creative team, playing from angles, being aggressive. But it's been Orange County tonight that's been more methodical in how they place balls inside the 18 compared to their counterparts. Why?
I think they've had more success through the midfield, and it's that not just possession, but sustained stretches of possession. So El Paso sure has had the ball and potentially has had the ball more in this game. But when Orange County gets on it, they've been more decisive and they've been able to play through lines and create some more chances.
Cabrera and company on the pursuit. Moreno, watch out. Moreno tees this one up. Schuller with a great stop. This ball had plenty of slice to it, and it almost beat him going one way to the other. Fast restart for El Paso. But that ball for Moreno had some cut to it. It was earmarked for the left-hand corner, and then it went back the other way.
Well, we're just talking about the success that Orange County's had through sustained possession. Well, El Paso doesn't need sustained possession. They're going to go at you quick, and they're going to hit you on the counter. So potentially that's by design as well. That time, a good slip into Amando Moreno, and then hits one right on the tee, and that's why you get that little swerve at the end. Schuttler does well just to parry that one aside.
Schuttler this year, 8-10-5, goals against at 1.60. The save percentage last year was over 75%. This year, it's at 64. That's the issue for him this year. 4 clean sheets to his resume, but definitely not the marks that he had last year. Orange County trying to probe here. They have some numbers out wide. Moramora elevating for that ball. And again, Orange County playing for these wide angles. Ball came awfully short for Dunbar. Good luck.
Well, and yet again, we're going to sound like a broken record, but it comes through midfield, gets put out wide, allowing Cameron Dunbar to run at that back line. It's a good ball across, ultimately can't find a white shirt, but you get the sense that a goal is coming for Orange County, and it's coming through wide areas.
Quickly across an open net. Moramora was completely off his line. Foul here. I like that. You're manifesting a goal here, Patty. You are manifesting it.
Well, this has been about as entertaining a 0-0 game as you could hope for through half hour. I mean, both teams taking a lot of chances, throwing numbers forward, and we've seen half dozen half chances, and it just feels like it's going to bubble over, and you're going to find some of those really quality chances on frame.
Yeah, the reality is you see plenty of teams that just park the bus and they play things out for 45 minutes, don't go for goal, and just sit back. But these two teams have done everything but that.
Yeah, I think that's probably a result of tie doesn't do a ton for either one of these teams. And we look at the standings and we look at where they sit. They for different reasons, yeah, but they both really would love to take 3 points. And so you got to think that as this ticks down with an hour left to play, both these teams will likely, and both the coaches tell us, they will go for it and try to win the game outright.
Hagar didn't have the proper numbers on this. Pinto brings this over on the right-hand side. Push back to the 33rd minute. Look at the numbers so far. El Paso, yes, with possession. And the shots, the expected goals favoring the home team.
I think that's right. You've seen Orange County has just been a little bit more decisive in their possession in getting at El Paso, but both teams very capable of scoring, and they've shown that here to start this match.
Hagart trying to get the fans engaged. Dunbar looking, crossing, not his best. He gets any air on it. Speaking of air, that ball airlifted and misses wide of the cage. Hey, fans want to rep OCSC and stop by the team shop in the fan zone and pick up your official Orange County SC jerseys today, including the County Roads, Saddleback Mountain, and also Back to Blue. Available now for adult, women, and kids. Played across. Lifted up. Paso looking fundamentally sound defensively so far in this opening half. This foul's going to go against Traeger. Orange County will keep it. Good sportsmanship on both sides of the column. Beg your pardon. Foul's going to go against Gabby Torres. Nothing comfortable tonight for either side. Given the circumstances, El Paso has to go for as much as Orange County does. The loss doesn't help Orange County as much as it hurts El Paso given the circumstances of where they're at in the Western Conference standings. Orange County coming into tonight had a game in hand against a couple of their teams that are just above them in the playoff line. But that influence will only remain as it is if they can get 3 points. Colorado Springs, Phoenix Rising, Lexington SC, all above them right now. That can change here in the next hour or so. Well, kept away, right-hand side, maneuvering inside with some heavy contact. Dunbar here. Oh, he misses the net entirely.
Well, this ends up being an absolute sitter for Cameron Dunbar. It's really well played through the midfield. Right here, there's a little pool. Ref plays play on, and then, 5 yards out for Cameron Dunbar and skies one over the bar. That is a golden chance, and you have got to put that one in the back of the net.
It's a great look by our crew. Shout out to Chris Shaver, who's working the crew tonight, their championship soccer stadium. Our entire gang Orange County, serving it up all year long. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship, from the Academy to the big league. Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. A harsh foul on the far side. Match has had anything but this tonight. Cabrera not looking out any concern. Elton Garcia, our lead official, looking on, and you just see Dunbar there. And this match has been playing. Intensity level's been rather high. Physicality, not so much. At least limping around. Morris appears to be okay. Mariah's back to his toes, so we'll play on.
It's good to see Guimaraes up and about, a player who will depart after this match, the Under-17 World Cup, the Under-17 group, a group that he's captained in the past, so looking for a big performance there on the international stage.
Rodriguez, a poor ball, intercepted Hagart. A flip, not an appropriate ball here. And El Paso just trying to settle things down to their way. They haven't been running around, which is good for them, but they've given up some quality chances to Orange County. Orange County has not found the finishing touch yet. Dunbar with a half-hearted argument. Diaz felt the heat, got rid of this ball. It's a 50-50 ball. Rodriguez, he's going to see yellow, though, immediately on this. Elton Garcia wants to slow the temperature and bring it down, but Rodriguez, his booking is the first of the night. Does it have merit?
Well, we'll get a look back at it, but I think on first glance it does. It's very, very high here from Emiliano Rodriguez. I'm not sure that he actually makes contact with Hagart, but yeah, I'm not sure that he does. But that he does put himself in that position. It's a very high challenge and a good sales shot there from Chris Hagart.
A for effort. We play on, and Hagart back to his feet. Kelly here. Elton Garcia, our lead official, has not had an influence on tonight's match. It's been clean, relatively speaking. Teams jostling for positioning, moving around each other, competing hard. The energy level's been high for both sides.
I think that's right, and really, you got to think both coaches will be happy with how their teams perform in the first 45. It's been a really entertaining game. Both teams have sort of thrown their haymakers and gone at one another. They've created chances. Orange County probably a slightly better, more quality in the attacking third, and certainly Cameron Dunbar should have put them up 1-0, but both teams got to feel pretty good about the performance they've put in thus far.
Coronado was directing some traffic. Diaz here with it. On Colin Shuttler, the one save so far against Moreno. Alfaro. Ruiz. Orange County with good pressure on the ball, not allowing El Paso to move and manipulate once they enter the attacking third. Coronado with some speed. He gets tripped up. It's a good location here for a free kick now for El Paso.
Well, this is good decisive play from Emiliano Rodriguez down that left-hand side. It's just a clumsy challenge in the end, and this is a dangerous spot for a free kick if you're El Paso. Just gives you a little bit of extra angle than a corner kick. You can whip one in with that left foot near that front post and see if you can find a blue shirt.
Rodriguez with a noticeable limp. 21-year-old appears to be okay. Still limping. Ruiz with this ball. He'll deliver it with the left foot, bending in, Shuttler out, Coronado available. Coronado could not settle it. It's a big play. That shot would not have counted had it gone in. But an injured player for El Paso. Happened with the entire scuffle that was in there. That's Moreno, who's down on both knees, now back up.
But it looked like Colin Shuttler got the best of Armando Moreno here. Just comes really strong for the punch and through the back of the head of Armando Moreno. That's why you get the immediate stoppage from our center referee, Elton Garcia. Anytime there's a potential head injury, has to be immediate stoppage. That's what you see, and a bit unfortunate really for El Paso because there was a second chance to come. They were in a dangerous spot at the top of the box, but the correct decision there from our center.
Appears to be okay, but he will be checked. He'll walk off the pitch and then come right back in if he's clear to go. He has had a tremendous season. Nine goals so far. His campaign is far from over. El Paso beating up on Oakland just a couple days ago. Moreno in that game had a brace. Did the damage early in that affair. Scored in the first minute, then scored in the 72nd. Man comes right back in. No wasted breath. Guerrero is open for a minute. Moreno with it now. Moreno, Coronado with the chip. Not his best effort though. Shuttler with an easy stop.
And it's a good idea here from Robert Coronado coming late to this play. A good layoff from Armando Moreno. Doesn't try to do too much, but ultimately, if you're going to be a keeper of Colin Shuttler's quality, it's got to have a little bit more pace. Nonetheless, this is a good stretch from El Paso asking questions of that Orange County back line.
We'll check our fourth official to see how much stoppage time we're awarded. First half stats and highlights, news and notes. Also a trip around the out-of-town scoreboard. We have a moment. Soccer season's here. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more in the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Kelly blocks this up. Dogman. Tightrope walk in the sideline. Can't get it around Coronado. Ball peeled away, but it goes right back to the home team. Teams have exchanged punches. Neither side has been able to connect. This one lofted up. Left-hand side. Memo Diaz didn't have a real good sense of where he was, but this will be a corner kick for Orange County with time winding down the opening half.
It's well done there from Memo Diaz. Just an awkward spot. Sebastian Moramora should probably come out and claim that one. Nonetheless, corner coming.
Corner kick brought to you by Cityside Fiber. Kelly will take it. See how Kelly serves this up. Kelly, line drive delivery. Moramora and a teammate run in front of him. Kept though by Orange County. Kelly trying to maneuver around Memo Diaz. Memo, fine positioning. Can he escape? DeRoma able to for a moment to provide some support, but Orange County holding it on. Stoppage time presented by Zulfagari Law Firm gives us 1 minute of added time. Shuttler all the way out. Expected goals for each team is above 1. Dogman, the cross. Drive from just outside was blocked on the way through by Alfaro. Great play by the defense. Moramora was reading it well, but did not need to make a save.
Well, we've said it once, we'll say it again. The ball comes down that left-hand side for Orange County. A quality service into the box. Yet again, falls at the feet of Cameron Dunbar. A good strike in the end and a better block there to keep this game scoreless from Tony Alfaro.
Wow, Dunbar, fantastic job getting that shot to go through some legs. Kelly, soft service. Headed away. Elton Garcia blows his whistle, and the gentlemen will go to their respective locker rooms. We've reached halftime here in Irvine. No score, but a great first half of battle between Orange County and El Paso.
It's about as entertaining a game as you could ever ask for. Both teams coming out, going at one another. They've both created chances. El Paso's looked really good when they can hit you fast, when they can hit you in transition, and they can spray the ball in behind. On the flip side, Orange County having a lot of success through possession, getting into wide areas, and creating chances, all to play for in the second 45.
Well, so much to play for in a game like this, but nothing across the board just yet. Chances pretty much even across the board as well. The shots right now fairly even, 7 apiece for each team. But we've reached the end of the opening half. Orange County and El Paso are scoreless.
Why is Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? It's because we only bottle the best alpine spring water, less than 1.5 miles from the natural spring source. And we're committed to preserving and managing those springs to ensure that they stay pristine. So when you want the best water nature has to offer, the choice is crystal clear. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Always bottled at the natural spring source.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
Yeah! Woo!
What'd she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
We actually sold the twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
Yeah! If you need a tan, I'm your man. Could do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
At the Pickup Family Neurosciences Institute, we function as a unit. Neurosurgery and neurology, physical medicine and rehab, physical therapy. It's patient-focused, patient-centered care. The future of the neurosciences at Hoag is filled with promise. We are at the cusp of incredible advancements and innovations that are truly going to transform medical care and its delivery. Patients don't just get a doctor when they come to Hoag, they get Team Hoag.
Match pretty much deadlocked. It's scoreless right now, Orange County and El Paso. They're second of 2 games during the regular season. Patty Voss, David Gascon bringing all the action from Championship Soccer Stadium. Take a look now at the remaining schedule for Orange County. This is what's on tap, Patty, and nothing easy. You have 1 game on the road at home, but it's a daunting task.
That's right. You're going cross-country. You're playing some really quality sides. Louisville City been the cream of the crop as far as this league is concerned. And Orange County, all the more important to find 3 points because there are some quality opposition to finish the year.
It will be fun. At least the trip to New Mexico is a short flight. El Paso Locomotive, well, what's on tap for them? They're at Lexington. They get FC Tulsa and San Antonio. Yes, they control their destiny, but they're not in desperation mode yet.
Well, they're certainly not in desperation mode. Of course, FC Tulsa walloped Lexington tonight 3-0, and so both of those teams, well, 1 game to scout, but El Paso, they've looked really quality here tonight, and they'll hope to bring that into these final 3 games, get some points, see if they can work their way into that home field advantage.
Trying to get themselves a home playoff game, too, for a club that's sub-500 this year on the road. Well, we got some moments, some time. Take a look now at the USL Championship. We got some hardline workers right now. All kinds of architecture going up and going down. Team, take it away. What do we got?
In the USL, shovels in the ground mean as much as scoring goals. And Sacramento Republic is on its way to transforming the city's rail yard district into a soccer palace. The same is happening in the Motor City, with Detroit City's new home clearing way for stadium construction. Miami FC has unveiled its future home in South Florida, while the Pittsburgh Riverhounds prepare for their stadium expansion, preserving one of the best views in all of sports. The growth is felt as well in League One, with expansion on the way for 2026. The scene changes daily at the site of Fort Wayne's new home, from clearing the area in early June to the sweet sight of concrete and steel in mid-September. All watched closely by Fort Wayne's Director of Communication, Justin Cohn.
Thousands of people literally drive past this thing every day. So how cool is it for everyone to get a chance to see this thing every single day get closer?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's ideally located for people going to and from work, or they're driving down to Indianapolis, and you're seeing it in really at a rapid pace come up. So you're really seeing a lot of the facade of what will be the stands start to come up.
I look at the renderings. First thing I notice is this gigantic video board. So give me some of the neat things about that, because this might be the best thing in League One for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the scoreboard is something I'm really excited about. It'll be the 2nd longest scoreboard in the entire state. So that means it eclipses an NFL stadium. You're going to have a lot of options at Fort Wayne FC Park in terms of watching the matches. There's a lot of possibilities that you can do with the scoreboard.
Fellow League One expansion club Boise is seeing its vision take shape as construction at the park at Expo, Idaho is full speed. And longtime League One club Greenville Triumph has kicked off construction at Bridgeway Station.
Here comes the service. Dipping down! And the breakthrough is found! Rodriguez! Oh, it goes in! It's a gigantic lift for Las Vegas!
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help. Take a loan off take a loan for free.
Today we went to the beach and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
RAV4 hybrid shoppers, listen up. You're paying more and getting less. The all-new Mazda CX-50 hybrid packs the same Toyota trusted hybrid powertrain, but delivers premium performance and more luxury. Why pay RAV4 prices when you get more with the CX-50 hybrid? And while Toyota dealers struggle with inventory, we have CX-50 hybrids in stock now at Tustin Mazda. Better tech, better value. Skip the wait. Buy a Mazda CX-50 hybrid now at Tustin Mazda. Think hybrid, think Mazda.
Back here live at Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine, California. No score just yet between El Paso and Orange County. Patty Foss, David Gascon, bringing all the sights and the sounds on a Saturday night as we take a peek around the league. Let's go look at some scores since we're stuck scoreboard watching at the most important time of the year. Some surprises across the ledger, Patty.
Well, some really interesting results. Loudoun United dropping one at home to Birmingham. A.J. Patterson with the only goal in that one. And then Miami FC finding a win for the first time in months, storming back after being down 1-0 to Pittsburgh at halftime. 3 second-half goals and a really dominant second 45 for Gaston Madani's men.
Tampa Bay Rowdies getting their 8th win of the season, inching closer towards a playoff spot. Same old song and dance for Lou City. Does anyone beat them in the playoffs?
I wouldn't bet on it.
2-0 over Indy 11. FC Tulsa having their way with Lexington SC. And at the break, Phoenix Rising and New Mexico are scoreless. Take a look now. Open up that newspaper. Get around USL Championship. We'll take a look at some first half highlights and stats right around the corner. Orange County, El Paso, scoreless. Don't go anywhere.
At the Pickup Family Neurosciences Institute, we function as a unit. Neurosurgery and neurology, physical medicine and rehab, physical therapy. It's patient-focused, patient-centered care. The future of the neurosciences at Hoag is filled with promise. We are at the cusp of incredible advancements and innovations that are truly going to transform medical care and its delivery. Patients don't just get a doctor when they come to Hoag, they get Team Hoag.
I'm Jay, and as founder of Omega, I understand that as a business owner, you've got a lot in your mind. Let the tax credit ninjas at Omega get you the money. It's rightfully yours. It's not too late to score big on tax credits, but you gotta act fast.
Kids grow up fast. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. With Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
RAV4 hybrid shoppers, listen up. You're paying more and getting less. The all-new Mazda CX-50 hybrid packs the same Toyota trusted hybrid powertrain, but delivers premium performance and more luxury. Why pay RAV4 prices when you get more with the CX-50 hybrid? And while Toyota dealers struggle with inventory, we have CX-50 hybrids in stock now at Tustin Mazda. Better tech, better value. Skip the wait. Buy a Mazda CX-50 hybrid now at Tustin Mazda. Think hybrid, think Mazda.
Back here live at Championship Soccer Stadium. Patty Foss, I'm David Gascon. I'd like to take this time to thank the Noah Bernard Out Foundation. Remind fans to never drive drunk. Get home safe. Take a look at the first half highlights in this thing. Patty, there's a lot of action despite not having any goals.
Well, that's right. Early on, it was Orange County who's slipping one in behind for Ethan Zubak. Just can't quite put this one on frame, but you got the sense they were going to be dangerous early and often. And when they were dangerous, it came time and again through wide areas. They play through midfield. On this occasion, it gets sprayed out wide. Chris Hagart does really well, just dancing on that end line. Clips one across again to Ethan Zubak. This is the first of two golden chances in that first 45 for OCSC.
Yeah, they were trying to create, they were trying to maneuver all the way around Sebastian Mora. Mora, no luck yet. In the 29th minute, things got a little hairy for Orange County because El Paso was quick on the counter.
Well, El Paso time and again was quick on that counter. They got out in transition and they created chances. This time, spraying the ball out wide to Armando Moreno. He does really well with that one. Hits it right on the screws. A knuckling ball for Colin Schuttler. And then this was the best chance of the half. It's played really well through midfield for OCSC. Gets it to Dunbar. He cuts it back across and just keep on keeping on was Cameron Dunbar all night long on that right-hand side.
Dunbar had countless chances in the opening half. The 31st to the 35th minute, Dunbar again available on the right-hand side. Watch this play develop.
Well, this was the best chance of the half, playing through that midfield, and then falls just to Cameron Dunbar 5 yards out. And if you're Dunbar, you got to do better with that one. That one's got to go in the back of the net. Just skies it. For both of these sides, and you got to think there are goals, plural, in this game.
So if you were critiquing this match and you were Wilmer Cabrera, what changes would you make for the road team?
Well, I think defensively you have to lock down on those wide areas. Orange County has had too much success in getting wide and serving balls into the backs. Offensively, though, he's got to be pretty happy with how they've gotten out in transition. If anything, when Orange County does get set in that block, can they be a little bit more decisive in finding individual players in wide spaces, running at Orange County, and see if you can create a little bit more through possession?
For Danny Stone's troops, Orange County, are you worried that the amount of chances you had in the opening half that you could not convert in a shot on goal, let alone a goal itself, does that worry you?
You could be. I don't think so, though, because of the quality of the chances they had. I mean, the header from Zubek is inside the 6-yard box. He can't put it on frame. Cameron Dunbar has a golden opportunity inside the 6-yard box. He doesn't put it on frame. The quality of chances were there. If they're on goal or not, it doesn't really factor in. I think Danny Stone has to be pleased with the attacking quality.
This shot does go on goal, and a good stop by Mora Mora. It's the first shot on target tonight for Orange County. So now the question does come back with Orange County. They had the chances in the first half. Does that mean that they carry over into the second half? And if they do, can they be more lethal with their shot selection? And accuracy is all the more important thing, especially in a scoreless draw.
Well, and one thing, as this match ticks on and we get later and later, deeper and deeper, when we talked to Danny Stone this week, he said he wanted to be in a position to dial it up at the end of the game, to go for 3 points. And that was going to be dictated potentially by how the game was played. Well, in this game, this is one that Orange County has to feel like they can go for, that they can try to get 3 points, especially being at home and the quality of chances that they created. So you got to think job well done for Orange County, just missing that final quality in the attacking third.
No changes to begin this second half in terms of personnel. So the starting 11 on each side has remained consistent. Kelly had an active first half, especially on set pieces. Pushed all the way over by Pinto, and now shuffling all the way back, Orange County. Will just replenish and settle things down. Possession pretty much even in the first half. The headline figures in this match have had their moments. Zubak, Moreno, Cabrera have all had looks. Nobody has been able to capitalize yet. Squeeze through, back out to the right-hand side. Dunbar probing. Dunbar gave it back up. This ball was a tricky attempt on that shot. Good save though by Mora Mora. Moraes, who attempted that shot, get a better look here.
Well, this is good decisiveness from Cameron Dunbar, trying to push the agenda down that right-hand side. Guimaraes, a quality ball to that back post, probably going to go wide, but nonetheless makes Sebastian Mora Mora make a save and win a set piece here.
Corner kick brought to you by Cityside Fiber. Kelly, good ball, bending in the header, missed. That shot blocked. Second chance, no. Cabrera there pushes this thing away, but gives it right back. Excellent ball by Kelly on the corner. Kelly, good maneuver, going for goal this time, never had a chance. County fans, Orange County is at home all October, so make sure you don't miss out on your next home game. Coming up soon, Wednesday, October the 15th, for our California Classic and Pups at the pitch night. County boys will be kicking off against San Antonio FC. Grab your tickets today at orangecountysoccer.com/tickets. Second half just getting underway. Orange County with a couple of attempts so far. El Paso, nothing yet. El Paso on the inside of the playoff line. Orange County on the outskirts. In 9th position heading into tonight. But still plenty of chances to capture points and rise up. Pretty good contact there, DeRoma. with the foul. Moraes starts quickly. Dunbar here. Ruiz in that corner trying to force a turnover. It goes right back to Orange County. Moraes gave this ball up until, over the right-hand side, Dunbar a little slow on that. Intensity level is picked up here to begin the second half. Good few minutes in the locker room to rehydrate. It does some wonders.
When you're seeing Orange County with a much higher line of confrontation, trying to pin El Paso in and create those turnovers deep in the El Paso half.
Trying to be squeezed through. Orange County not able to hold it. DeRoma here. Gabby Torres. I called a lot of Gabby here in this match. Complimentary figure for Wilmer Cabrera. Goes with the 19 goals combined for Andy Cabrera and Armando Moreno. Bad ball, funky ricochet, kept by El Paso. You mentioned Orange County being in a position that they can go for it. At what point in this match, if it does stay scoreless, that you feel like Danny Stone says, hey guys, let's put this into a higher gear?
I think he might have already done that at halftime, the way they came out in the second half, just because they've committed more numbers forward in the press, trying to create turnovers in that El Paso half. Now, that being said, you're not going to be able to expend that amount of energy for 45 minutes. So I would say this game gets towards the 70th minute, 0-0 or so. You will likely see maybe one or two changes from Orange County. This is not a very deep Orange County team due to injuries and some situations, but I think 20 minutes to play, you will likely see Danny Stone throw some more numbers forward, see if he can steal a goal.
That'll be fun to see, especially as the desperation would ramp up for a goal. Should Orange County pursue it and El Paso play back? There's nothing in El Paso's DNA that says play timid and play back, though. It's a feisty bunch. Fellas from Texas. Ruiz and Memo Diaz have been busy out wide. Gabby's on the weak side, Gabby Torres. Memo Diaz the opposite way. Ball is picked up. Played across, nobody around. Not a good ball for Ruiz. Orange County here and an opportunity to clear it. So much like Orange County, El Paso trying to press and force a turnover. Mission accomplished. Extra possession. Gabby Torres. Gabby with one move. Moreno, the cross. Ooh, shot missed. It would have been a dandy had it been on target. This play by Ruiz to try to hold possession. Mariah taken an elbow. This thing's been dialed up.
It certainly has here to start the second half. It's interesting to watch, though, because as you note, El Paso committing some more numbers forward on that press. And if there's one thing El Paso is not good at, it's if you can break that press and you can get at them in transition a bit. So you have to be weighted in how many numbers you're going to commit forward as we see a player down for Wilmer Cabrera's side. But this game has been really entertaining. It's about as entertaining a scoreless draw as you ever see.
Yeah, plenty of opportunities on each side. It's not been a one-sided tilt. And member down for El Paso. Don't have a number. Chance, though, for Wilmer Cabrera to talk to his troops. Game plan out for what's going on, what he sees to begin this second half. don't know what caused the damage on the pitch. Emilio Rodriguez is the player that's down for El Paso. This is a busy night at the office, that's for sure.
Well, he's making his first start here for El Paso, and he's done really well. He's been a bright spot for Wilmer Cabrera. The Academy product has been up and down, putting a lot of miles on that odometer and potentially feeling the brunt of it.
Yeah, no doubt. And needs some help to get off the pitch. It's a concerning sight to see, though, for El Paso. First change coming up for either side. The substitution, Mediquip, turning setbacks into comebacks. Benalavia coming into the affair. That's tough for El Paso. So Avila in. And Rodriguez departs. So we'll see what kind of impact, as you see Rodriguez still not feeling good about himself. That's a slow walk for the 21-year-old. I'll speculate on what happened. Not a good sight to see. Hopefully he is okay in the coming days. Ball goes right back to Orange County. While we have a moment, can't watch the match, turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. So Avila coming in. Has not had a bad campaign. He's got 3 goals in the season, 4 helpers in 25 matches, now make it 26. Imagine if you're Wilmer Cabrera, you wanted to go to your bench a little bit later than now.
I think that's probably right, though. Beto Avila is a guy who has made 22 starts on the year and more often than not has been on the pitch. So if you have to go early, it's a guy with a lot of experience who can bring something to this group. So not the worst case scenario for El Paso.
Benalcazar just waiting for someone to approach him, and he just gave the ball up. El Paso does the same exact thing. Watch out here. Dunbar, was left open for a second. Just could not finish. He settles that ball down. He's off to the races. Alfaro closing the gap quickly for El Paso.
Well, and again, it's good combination play in and around the top of the box. This ball almost squirts the on-rushing Cameron Dunbar, but Dunbar has had a really good night with the exception of the final finish in the end. He's been so active, and more often than not, we're calling his name when Orange County's in the final third.
Just seems like the ball's finding his feet, too. Speaking of finding, how about this with Moreno out wide? Moreno with no numbers, but plenty of skill. Moreno hustling, takes a shot. Shetler with an easy stop.
Well, it's route one stuff from El Paso, finding the feet of Amando Moreno. He has to go this one solo against 1, 2, 3, a fourth OCSC defender. Ultimately, can't quite put a lot on that shot to test Colin Shetler, but Amando Moreno, a real bright spot as well for El Paso.
So he ruled offside. th minute, no score, plenty of chances, but everything deadlocked. Shots right now 10-8 in favor of Orange County. Expected goals for Orange County has the advantage. Just a hair over one. Gabby Torres with one maneuver. Second, no. Coronado. Torres. He gets tripped up. They play on. Elton Garcia lets the fellas play. Thought there was some embellishment. Dunbar will now try to streak up. Zuback with a nice casual flip to him. DeRoma, though, plays this thing out of bounds, and Orange County in pursuit. Another change coming up. Substitution presented by MedEquip, turning setbacks into comebacks. Bryce Jamison coming into the affair. Cameron Dunbar departs. Are you surprised by this move?
A little bit, quite frankly, because Dunbar has been such a bright spot in the attacking unit for Orange County. Potentially, though, running out of legs a bit. And if there's a player who can change a game, Bryce Jamison certainly is that. So pacey, athletic, he can bring energy to this unit. So in a game in which the wide areas have been so critical, Bryce Jamison could be the missing link for this Orange County team if they're going to break the deadlock.
Productive year last season at 5 goals and 4 assists. Jamison maneuvering around. He was forced out, though, just ran out of track. Orange County after this will travel to New Mexico on October the 11th. El Paso, they will go to Kentucky. They have Lexington SC on that same date. But Orange County, a team that needs to be healthy in a hurry. They have the one road game at New Mexico next week, and then they have 3 more matches, and they're all at home. That's it for the regular season. And let the chips fall where they may. Torres squirts this thing forward for Moreno. DeRoma on the touch. Moreno. DeRoma. And now Ruiz. See the respect given to guys like Moreno. Really, Martin Cabrera was the intended recipient. This will be a corner for El Paso.
Be interesting to see here on this corner. We've seen them, El Paso's played these short time and again. They're a little undersized. Look, if you're going to play it short, can you do it decisively and create a chance at that back post?
This corner kick brought to you by City Side Fiber. That is an area that they have lacked in tonight. Set pieces, especially the corners, they have not looked good in creativity. Everything has been short, nothing gone for goal. Ruiz attempts it here, the line drive headed away.
And again, if you're going to serve it in, you got to beat the first defender. You got to beat that first man at the near post. Give your team a chance. It seems time and again with these corner kicks, El Paso has just kind of thrown away the chance.
Yeah, the set pieces, at least the corners, it's almost like El Paso just wants to get rid of it. They just want to get it over with. They've had a major lack in creativity. Orange County, on the other hand, let's try to push. Zuback and Dunbar were the focal points of the attack. In the first half, Dunbar was just subbed out for Jamison. Zuback has stayed in. It's a bad ball. Goes to nobody. '65th minute in a scoreless draw. Playoff implications for both sides. Nothing across the ledger yet. It's a foul here. You can see yellow. We will see yellow. Take a look at this play again. And Coronado walking back, no argument.
It's a good little turn here from Haggard. Yeah, that's not one that's going to be argued.
Coronado not going to feel good about that.
Neither is Haggard's shin.
Stuck on caution the rest of the night. It's a local guy, Coronado, from La Habra, California. Signed with the club in El Paso just 2024, midway through the campaign. Spent some time with Wilmer Cabrera when he was with Rio Grande Valley FC back in 2022, 2023. Those days are over with RGV. With all the press being out for El Paso's offense, their defense has been under a microscope. They've done a fine job of marking Ethan Zubak. He has 12 touches on the night. It's the lowest mark of any starter for Orange County as we bleed into the 67th minute.
Well, there's two ways to look at that. And certainly El Paso has done a good job with Zubak, and we haven't called his name a lot. But he has had one golden chance inside the 6-yard box with a header in the first half. And the mark of a world-class striker is you won't call his name until you do call his name. And so there's still 24 and change to play here. And certainly Ethan Zubak capable of being behind the curtain for the majority of a game and popping up in really clinical times.
His work rate's been good, but it's also been high for El Paso. They've been sticky. The defense has been sturdy, and more importantly, they have not suffered at all. Another change here for Orange County. Let's see this change in a brief minute, but injured player for El Paso. Quick look at Tristan Traeger. We have these changes. Gilman Garcia indicated would have one, and now he's dropping his shoulders. This game went from a good pace, now just slowing down. Pick of the litter here on this free kick. It's left bar, headed, volleyed around. Paso holding it. Luis spun it over to Doroma. Good look here. Moreno slides it through. Can he get it back? No. Good play at the last minute. Schuller comes out quickly to attack.
Well, Colin Schuttler reads this really, really well, and he does so before it's even an issue. Good ball across. It's just a poke, and Colin Schuttler, quick off his line, cuts down the angle and doesn't allow a really quality chance on frame. That's fantastic stuff from the veteran goalkeeper.
And Chumesi came out, and Schuttler also aggressive on it to pounce. No angle to shoot on that. Corner kick brought to you by Cityside Fiber. So this one's played in, headed away. Jason Company will give that right back though. Now it looks like we'll have another change. Another substitution as War will come in. Substitution presented by MetaQuip, turning setbacks into comebacks. Tristan Traeger will depart. Muhammadu War comes in for him. So the changes continue now on both ends.
War's another guy who can bring some pace in wide areas. He's been such a bright spot all season for Danny Stone, making his 25th appearance here tonight. The guy who they picked up through open tryouts has sort of been a little bit of a journeyman, but a really critical piece off the bench here for Orange County.
Yeah, makes his way from playing in Nisa to now USL Championship. Paso kicked that feed over the left-hand side, but it was broken up. Jamison had a good touch on it, but possession will stay with Orange County. eFootball's here. Live your dream. Rep your teams and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball's free to play. Download it now. These teams have gone to their bench. So now for Danny Stone and Wilmer Cabrera, it's up to the reserves that have plenty of gas in the tank to get their team over the top. Orange County fans, are you ready to lock in for 2026? Well, purchase your deposit towards, or put your deposit towards the 2026 Orange County SC season membership and learn how you can receive exclusive benefits at orangecountysoccer.com/tickets today. '72nd minute. Intensity's dropped off a bit. After the injury to Rodriguez, things have really tempered down.
Well, you get the sense for how back and forth this game has been through 72 minutes now. Are these teams getting leggy, and how much they have left in the tank? And so now you're starting to see a few substitutes, one on each wing for Orange County, just trying to inject some life. But you're right, this game has started to slow, and for both teams, not really what they're looking for.
One special moment, will anyone have it? Good 50-50 ball controlled by El Paso. Trying to flip the pitch. Moreno was wide open the left-hand side. He's got it now. Moreno settles it down, going for goal with the left foot, and he shakes this thing way wide.
Well, again, it's a quick build through midfield for El Paso, just finding the ball in a little bit of a wide area. Good ball across there from Beto Avila. Good first touch from Armando Moreno, but just always leaning back, never getting his body over that ball to find the underside of that crossbar. And yet again, a chance, a golden chance, not on frame for El Paso, and still unable to find that opening goal.
How hard is it to run at that kind of a speed and to settle into a shot as opposed to what he did right there and lift it?
Very hard, although you might argue that he did the hard part in that his first touch was very good on a full sprint, and it fell pretty well to him. He just, again, when you're talking about being leggy, he was just a half step behind that ball always and couldn't quite get his full body over it to put it on frame. But a good effort in the end from Armando Moreno, and another good quick build from El Paso.
Conclusion of this match, we'll have full-time highlights and some stats. We'll also have our Mass Plus by Messi, man of the match. Lots of things going on tonight in Orange County. Nice move, Jamison, open lane, broke it up nicely. El Paso just unwavering defensively. Every time Orange County has a bite at the apple, El Paso rips it away. Tip of the cap to El Paso tonight to be clinical defensively. Doesn't always need to be pretty, but as long as it's effective, that's all that matters. Release. For as much as we've talked about Armando Moreno, have not seen and heard a lot from Andy Cabrera tonight. A bit shocking. 10 goals in the year, but it's been as loud as a mouse tonight. Does that surprise you?
Yeah, it does a little bit. And I mean, when El Paso's been successful, certainly Moreno's been very active. And we talked early on about Emiliano Rodriguez on that wide right. But you're right, Andy Cabrera has really not found the ball. And so for a player of his quality and one that is creative and can be the really metronome in this attack for El Paso, a very quiet night.
When guys like Moreno are not getting other teammates like Cabrera involved, is that incumbent upon Cabrera?
Well, I don't necessarily think so. In the way that El Paso's playing and how quickly they go, it's not these long builds. It's plays like this in which they're trying to get out in transition.
Something developing right now. This one played in, maneuvered around, and another pickpocket opportunity as Orange County able to press the act the other way with Pinto.
And so in that instance, Cabrera is able to get out quickly the way Moreno has all night, and so they find him in transition. But they can do a little bit more of that to close.
The cross up close. That header goes wide. Active bodies. That one missed again, but a good insert. Or unable to connect.
Well, Haggard shows a lot of patience here, picks his head up and clips one across, looking for the head of War. Another really good chance, not on frame though, and it comes the same way we've said time and again for Orange County. Getting in wide areas, through the feet of Chris Haggard, and ultimately just can't quite find that final quality in the attacking third.
Unfortunate. Tyson Espy looks to be checking into the affair. Haggard will be coming in. Molina also checking in. Substitutions presented by MedEquip, turning setbacks into comebacks. So Roberto Molina coming in. Well, we have a minute. USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches, expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. 78th minute, a scoreless draw that has been anything but boring. Gabby Torres. Torres, wide angle, the cross, that grabbed the crossbar. Wow. Colin Schuttler let that thing just go and go and go. Did not make an attempt down it. He was nearly beat.
Well, Gabby Torres does well to get to the end line here. Just clips one across. He's not going for goal, but that one nearly sneaks in at that back post, and Schuttler a little bit in no man's land.
That is a helpless feeling for a goalkeeper. A ball like that loft up and nearly land behind him. Coronado, who's down the deck, getting back up to his feet.
It's a really interesting change from Danny Stone, bringing on the 16-year-old Tyson Espy for Nico Benalcazar in a 0-0 game to play center back. Got to get up to speed real fast, and you got to think now, 11 plus to play. This game probably only has a single goal, if any, so a tough spot to insert a young player, but a young player who's shown a lot of promise at that.
Yeah, the U15, U16 U.S. Youth National Team. Highly respected defender. Named to the 2025 MLS Next Pro All-Star Game in Austin, Texas. Molina with the yellow card. Only a second game being played, but as you mentioned, at the ripe old age of 16, he's got great size to him, so now he just needs to grow and develop into his body. He's 6'2". Can't coach that. But you put yourself in the deep end of the pool with the big boys. That's one way to mature quickly. Touch, a good ball, one pivot. A little bit of a hold. DeRoma got away with one there. Orange County, though, looking to push. This one headed for a minute. And Paso trying to get away with it. And his plays, Jamison and War have come in the attacking third, provide some resistance against El Paso. This will be a goal kick. Christian Sordo going to come in. And he replaces Armando Moreno. Armando Moreno, who played well in this match, has nothing to show for it.
Well, he's going to have some tired legs to show for it, if nothing else, because he was up and down all day long and perhaps the most dangerous player on the pitch. But now can Christian Sordo, for the final 10 minutes, provide a spark, provide that energy in a game that is desperately asking for a goal.
Armando Moreno getting high fives from his head coach, Wilmer Cabrera, with smiles from ear to ear. It was a good performance for Moreno. Just unfortunate for him, could not capitalize on the chances he was delivered on. Second minute. More and more just getting away with this thing. Pinto, bad ball. DeRoma. Tightly contested, but here's Christian Sordo out wide. Sordo across. There's nothing but white and orange that'll break it up. El Paso's shown some flashes offensively. Orange County has done the exact same. Match was even in the first half. Shots were 7 apiece. Here in the second half, it's 11-10 in favor of Orange County. Orange County expected goals for at 1.18. El Paso, 0.74. Possession, 50-50. Jamison had a beat on it. That ball played away. DeRoma with the motor. Not his best effort though. Christian Sordo has arms up on the far side asking for it. Pretty decent collision at midfield. No score, it's getting late between Phoenix and New Mexico. For Orange County, yes, they are scoreboard watching, but no, you can't worry about everyone else. Jamison, the maneuver gets taken out by DeRoma. No call, they play on.
That's a bad touch by Jamison, but that is undoubtedly still a foul. I mean, it should be a really dangerous free kick coming, but Bryce Jamison, the touch lets him down, and that's why Elton Garcia elects with a no call there.
Pushed out wide, Jamison, another crack. The drop, Pinto, across the bend, and this ball will stay in. Can Orange County do anything with it? Sort of was shrugged off that ball. A hopper inside the 18. And Orange County will hold for possession. Armando Moreno is out. It's the 1-2 combination of Moreno and Cabrera. Now down to 1. Avila couldn't settle it. Torres out wide. Oof. Ever so close to feed Cabrera, who was off to the races. Hadn't been able to track that ball. '85th minute. Match was high intensity for the first 3 quarters. Things have cooled off quite a bit. And now if a goal will be scored, it'll be off a mistake. Orange County's been sound offensively and sturdy defensively, but El Paso tonight has been unwavering with their pursuit to manage when defending. Avila taken out in midfield. This was a good foul to take if you are Kelly. He sees yellow.
It's a smart professional foul there at midfield from Stephen Kelly, not allowing Avila to get out in transition and potentially create a chance here late in this one. It's just a little bit of a clumsy touch from Kelly, and then he knows exactly what he's doing. He's not going to let El Paso get out in transition.
Tough to forecast a loser in tonight's match, the way that it's been played.
Yeah, and yet if it ends 0-0, you kind of feel like they're both losers because it doesn't do a ton. A tie doesn't do a ton either way for either one of these sides. And to be honest, both of them have been good enough to take 3 points at any point.
No doubt about it. Aurora had that ball just skirt away. DeRoma here on the run. DeRoma pushed over on the left-hand side. Torres the cross, touched Christian Sordo, lobbied around, cleared by Orange County. Sordo was trying to yank it. Ruiz, bad ball. Nobody inside for El Paso, and Ruiz would love to have that thing back. An instance for Ruiz. Fatigue settling in. The poor concept on where he was going with that ball. 88th minute. Kelly now twice in 2 minutes been nearly depossessed. Orange County was going for it early on. Right now, trying to find other reserve players to have an influence to get them over the top. A shot rather weak. Christian Sordo able to disrupt the takeaway. DeRoma here. Avila. Speed all over him. That'll be a foul. These are important minutes to log right now if you're the young 16-year-old. And if you're Danny Stone, probably where you want to work him in anyway. Playoff run. Late in the match, why not give him the most precious minutes?
Well, they're really important minutes, and I think without being inside Danny Stone's mind, the idea likely is that Pedro Gumarez and Bryce Jamison are both going to go out on international duty here this week, and so can SB be slotted into that back line as a starter in the next match, and potentially Benalcazar moves to the right back? Nonetheless, you're going to be lighter across the back line, so getting the 16-year-old some quality minutes in a very high-octane game will be invaluable down the stretch.
This will be a corner for El Paso, 90th minute. They have not looked good tonight on set pieces. This corner kick presented by Cityside Fiber. Diaz will take it. Ruiz will work short. It looks like Ruiz will take this. You can give a yellow card for delay? No, not yet. Ruiz, pretty good ball here. Has to be able to elevate. Ruiz again. Try his luck again. This one right on Shuttler, able to manage. Stoppage time presented by Zulfagari Law Firm gives us 4 minutes of stoppage time to close out this match. Final four, and a good one. El Paso came into this match with 36 points, Orange County with 30. At bare minimum, each of them want to walk away with a point. Orange County, though, would love to be a bit greedy here and grab all three. They're the team needing it more. Right now, on the outside of the playoff line looking in, Colorado Springs and Phoenix Rising 3 points in front. Lexington 4 points in front. El Paso 6 in front. It's a massive swing if they can grab a couple more and pull it back against El Paso. A little bit of miscommunication there. Ruiz not taking any sweet time. He'll work quickly on this. El Paso doing exactly what they wanted to do tonight, at least defensively. And now they're looking for a nightcap. Torres, weak shot. Wasn't going to go on goal anyway. Colin Schuller's only been tested a couple times tonight. One of them by Armando Moreno in the first half. It was a bullet of a shot. Chances for El Paso offensively have not been frequent. Orange County looking for something here. Orange County will look back on this game tape and think about just putting pressure on the target, because the shots that they've had, mainly from Cameron Dunbar, have not been on target. And it's cost them dearly if Pinto picks up yellow.
Well, no question that Orange County's had the better of the chances in this game, and they've had 2 or 3 real sitters in that first half. Hasn't been a lot in the second half either way, but I do get the sense that at the end of this match, both teams will feel like they could have walked away with 3 points. And if it stays at 0-0, they'll both feel a little hard done.
No moral victories, but for Orange County, a draw is better than a loss. An important figure, too, is they'll win the tiebreaker against El Paso with a victory and a draw. Still some seconds on the clock, though. And another booking here. Gabby Torres with yellow. So Elton Garcia is telling everyone to pick up the pace, please, in his own delicate and nice way. He's also showing a little yellow card as well.
I think that yellow card is the please.
Just a friendly reminder not to delay this thing. Into the box. Elevated through. Avila just couldn't settle it down. Alfaro. Nope. Jamison. Trying to turn and burn. One final pursuit for Orange County if they can pull it off. Kelly was asking for a whole lot more than just a common foul. Final seconds in this thing. One last look for Orange County. And just plays this thing away, and we reach full time. Anticlimactic here at Championship Soccer Stadium. Teams go back to midfield trying to greet each other. A few players drop to their knees. But all in all, for Danny Stone and Wilmer Cabrera, a good match, a healthy one, and a scoreless draw.
Well, there were chances. It didn't have to be scoreless, and both these teams certainly went at one another. They were good in possession. Orange County showed a lot of flashes of what could be quality in the attacking third, and yet for both teams, it was lacking in that final moment, that final shot to put one in the back of the net, and ultimately they will share the points here tonight.
Tonight's man of the match is presented by Mas Plus by Messi. Who is our man of the match?
Well, Chris Hagar, for me, was the best player on the field. He was so tidy in midfield. He popped up in really good spots. He had a passing accuracy above 80, near 85%. He was winning duels. He was creating chances and getting balls into the box. If Orange County was to score, it could have come from a Chris Hagar setup, and thus our man of the match here tonight.
Congratulations to Chris Hagar. Tonight's final score, presented by F3 Energy, is a scoreless draw. Orange County and El Paso each pick up a point.
Why is Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? It's because we only bottle the best alpine spring water, less than 1.5 miles from the natural spring source. And we're committed to preserving and managing those springs to ensure that they stay pristine. So when you want the best water nature has to offer, the choice is crystal clear. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water, always bottled at the natural spring source.
Sarah Benzino, Brandon Coley, Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
Yeah! Woo! What'd she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC.
We actually sold the twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
Woo! If you need a tan, I'm your man.
Could do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Back here at Championship Soccer Stadium, putting a bow on this thing. Orange County and El Paso grabbing a point each. Reached to full-time here from Irvine, California, so no disappointing moments, but got our full-time highlights of this match presented by Omega Accounting. And there's a lot of them, Patty.
Well, there certainly were. There keeper's best friend.
Would have been a horrendous way to end and lose a match for Colin Schiller in Orange County. Gabby Torres, though, off the crossbar, and that goes wide of the cage. Tonight's final stats presented by Hogue. The numbers tell you exactly how this match was. It was a 50-50 game, no dice for either team.
It was 50-50. It was back and forth. Both teams had their opportunities. There certainly could have found a goal, and yet no one did, and they'll share a point here tonight in Orange County.
El Paso improves their record to 9-8-10 overall. They have 37 points. Orange County, 8-11-7, 31 points. They continue to move up, but they need to get 3, not 1.
Well, and Orange County does have that game in hand, so they certainly can climb into that playoff picture, but it's going to be a tough task, and you got to find those 3 points, as you note, if you're going to find your way into the postseason.
They do have a game in hand with both of these teams in front of them, Colorado Springs, Phoenix, and also Lexington. For Orange County, they're at New Mexico next week on October the 11th, and for El Paso at Lexington on October the 11th. For my broadcast partner, Patty Foss, I'm David Gascon. Hope you enjoyed this one from Irvine, California. Orange County and El Paso play to a scoreless draw. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. So long.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
This ball.